use. Do they not study? Do they not use that in
Of
the?
course, it is part of canon.
But that's their
It's
main.
part of canon.
For them, it is.
Just like you guys believe in the Old Testament, and you guys believe that it's your right that you should be following it.
What's that? The Old Testament or the New
The
Testament?
Old Testament, but you also believe in the New Testament.
Absolutely.
You believe in Jesus.
We don't call him.
Yeshua, whatever you call him.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We call him Yahushai. That's his name.
Whatever you want to call
Okay,
him.
that's fine.
You believe he's your Messiah, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't.
I know that. So that's the other thing. So you don't, even though the Messiah is prophesied in the Old Testament, you know that, right?
Yeah, but not.
But you don't believe that he came the first time.
No, we don't believe
That he came during the time of the apostles, the disciples.
Yeah, we don't believe that. We don't believe that.
But you
We
believe,
don't complete any of the messianic prophecies.
which is what?
Which is rebuilding of the temple, which is all the Jews back to the land
But
of Israel.
there's no
the
prophecy.
universal God of it. There is throughout the whole of the Torah.
No. What to rebuild the temple?
Absolutely.
No,
That's a messianic belief within Yiddishkeit.
Yeah, I know that, but if I say the temple, the third temple is rebuilt spiritually, not physically.
No.
It's a spiritual temple. But I know that you guys believe that it's a physical temple, so we're not going to argue on that because I know that's what you believe in, but we
You don't believe in the flat temple?
No, not a physical temple.
So
Because,
you
because
believe the church takes over that?
No, we don't believe in the church at all. That's all that. But the temple of the Most High is going to be Himself. The Lord Himself is going to be in Jerusalem.
So let me get this straight. You don't believe in the Trinity, or you do believe in the Trinity? You believe in the Trinity?
No, absolutely not. That's Christian.
But you believe in one God, but you believe that Jesus is like, however you want to put it, is the Son of God.
He's the Son of the Most High. But he is a God, but He is not the Most High.
So we don't believe that as well.
So you believe
As one supreme God.
So you don't. So
King
who's the
of kings.
Messiah then to you then?
The Messiah, you could also call a prophet. It's like a prophet, like a messenger of God.
So when you say you believe that the Messiah is still to come,
Yes.
you don't believe that He's the Son of the Most High, though?
No, we don't.
Okay, I didn't
We
know
don't
that.
believe he's divine.
Okay, I always thought you did.
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. I'm glad you cleared it up. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Okay, so
Hey, Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta. And what you saw there on the screen was the brother from GMS Babylon is Falling out there in London having dialogue with an Amalekite. The boy on the screen there, he's an Amalekite. And he's going through their beliefs and what they believe and basically trying to say that what they have is the truth. And one of the things he kept saying is, we believe what we believe. No, you're wrong, because we believe this, we believe that. And ultimately, the book's been sealed, and their beliefs are all just vain. It doesn't matter what you believe, because you've been having these beliefs for however long, and the book has been sealed. You don't have the true understanding. The Lord just recently gave the true understanding to the Israelites, and in that time, when it was sealed, your forefathers put in a lot of basically myths and fables. It's all the teachings and doctrines of men that you believe, and you're just dead wrong on everything, starting with the fact that these are Amalekites. These aren't the people of the Lord, and they've taken this onto themselves, and they're going to have to bear with it and be shamed as the truth flourishes more and more. The truth will rise to the top, and their Amalekite lies that they are the Lord's chosen people, this is all going to come out as lies, and it's already coming out as lies, but there's further for it to go, because in the land where it was said that we are not his people, it's going to have to be said that we are the sons and daughters of the living power. And it's easy to see. There's still war going on. That shows that you are not the people. And you're also ruling the world, which shows that you're not under the biblical curses, the Deuteronomy curses. You're not the people, and you've been taught lies, and you're going to have to bear with it and be shamed. But let's get into the scriptures, because that is how we bring down these strongholds and these lies that have been established throughout the earth by the enemies of the Most High, the enemies of Israel, starting with Edom. So-called white people, including those small hatters, that's the nation of Edom. The small hatters coming from the tribe of Amalek. And they are liars. They are not the Lord's people at all. They are Gentiles or heathen, in which the Lord gave the heathen a time to rule. And within this time, they have pushed lies throughout the entire earth. And the people are blinded by these lies, and they believe everything they've said. They believe that these are the true people. But these are the people that the Lord actually hates. And their time is coming to an end. Hence, their lies that have been weaved are unraveling. That the Lord did this by unsealing the book that has been sealed, the true understanding. Yeah, they've been able to read it and have these and take in some of the stories and some of the words, but ultimately it's all what they're saying is a lie because they're not the people. It's that easy. But 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So we're not actually going to physical battle with these people. This is a spiritual war. Verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. And the things that have been the understandings and philosophies that have permeated throughout the entire earth, such as the doctrine of Christianity, which is false, the doctrine of Jaiism or Judaism, that's false. Islam is false. All these other religions are false. And the truth of the scriptures reveals that. We know that these are lies at this point. And the Lord is having his elect men go out on the highways and byways onto the streets to reveal these truths. And these truths unravel the lies that have been established. These strongholds, and these literal strongholds. Vatican City is a stronghold, and it has to be taken out of the earth. These false prophets, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. And all these imaginations that have been put up, like the Trinity, as was mentioned, like the hell doctrine, which was mentioned, like everybody can be saved, and replacement theology or supersessionism, all these things are being brought down. The understanding or worship of the Talmud, them using that as a book, these are being brought down because they're just imaginations. They have nothing to do with the Lord and actually obtaining salvation. These are just stumbling blocks within the way. Let's keep going. So we're going to go to Daniel, because this book has been sealed. It's been sealed for a long time. You see there at the top of Daniel 12, it says the time of the end. And so we're going to jump to verse 4. Daniel 12 and 4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. This book has been sealed. These Christians that have been going around for hundreds of years with their own doctrine, it's been sealed. The truth has been sealed. You don't have it. You don't have it at all. And the truth is confounding you. These Jays, these small hatters that have been going around for hundreds of years with their doctrine that incorporates the Talmud, that's a lie. The book has been sealed. The Bible and the understanding, the true understanding of it, has been completely sealed. Islam, that's a lie. These Muslims, that came from the Catholic Church at a time when the book was sealed. There's no understanding in them. It says, and seal the book even to the time of the end. So it would be all the way until the end. And we are in the end where the books have been unlocked, they have been unsealed. And Abba Bivens came and gave out the beginnings of understanding, and it went through one west and then down through the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and they have been putting out the truth for a very long time at this point. And we are coming to the end because this word has gone around the world, and then shall the end come. If it was Christianity or Judaism, which the Jays, they try to hold it to themselves so their doctrine couldn't go throughout the whole earth. There's barriers to entry, basically. And then with the Christians, they've been pushing this around the earth via the sword for centuries. It's gone around the earth, but the end hasn't come. But this truth is here, and the end is coming. It says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And we know that now. We have the internet. People have knowledge at their fingertips, but they choose not to look at it. But knowledge is increased, and this word is going out throughout the whole earth. We're at the time of the end. But this book has been sealed all the way up into the time of the end. The Lord has hid himself, so we're going to go check that out. Isaiah 45 and 15. Isaiah 45 and 15. Verily, thou art a power that hidest thyself, O power of Israel, the Savior. And he's hid himself. The Israelites broke the law, statutes, and commandments, and have been under the curses. And during that time, the Lord has hid himself. He's even taken away his name from office. You go to Jeremiah 17 and 4, and he took away our heritage and had us scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, serving our enemies. The Jays can't say that happened to them at all. They say they've been the Jays forever. But the Lord's been hiding. It says they shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them, because they will be, because the Lord has been hiding. He took the true understanding and his heritage away from the true people, and in that time, these other people put it on themselves. Through their theft and through their lies, they put it onto themselves. But it's coming to a point where it's being revealed, and they're going to be ashamed. This is very shameful behavior. Even in this society, you have identity theft, and that's a crime. How much more stealing the heritage from the true people of the Lord? These are big time accusations that we're bringing against them too. This is it's basically spiritual felonies that they've committed, high felonies. So they're going to be shamed, and then they're going to have to physically serve out their punishment, and they're also going to be taken off of this earth, their whole seed line. Because what they did is unforgivable. It says they shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols, and that's all that Jayism is, Christianity is, Islam is. It's all idolatry. Buddhism, all the gods of the nations are just idols, and doesn't make any sense. You're not going to be delivered from the nuclear war that is coming, because that's what matters, getting out of this trouble that is coming. But some of this is made for you, tailor-made for you, because you're just idolaters and you need to be burned up. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Israel, true Israelites being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, so we are going to look like the different nations, even like those small hatters. But the bloodline Israel are the only ones that can be saved. It's even saying it right here. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord, not not the church, which they believe in replacement theology or supersessionism. It's just Israel, not the small hatters, because those are Amalekites. And they have a false understanding. This book's been sealed again. It says, "You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." And the kingdom of heaven is going to exist forever and ever. We won't, and even bringing out this word, there's nothing to be ashamed of because it's the truth of the matter. These other people celebrate pagan holidays. They read from the Talmud. They have all sorts of false doctrine within their doctrine, like the Trinity, like hell doctrine, like replacement theology. That's not, all these things aren't biblical. A lot of it comes from pagan understandings. These are just, they're idolaters. They're pagans. And they don't understand it. They can't see it because the Lord has blinded them. But regardless, the kingdom of heaven comes. The kingdom of Israel, Yahushai's kingdom under Yahweh. It all comes, and they're going to be confounded. And the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will be lifted up. They're going to be kings and priests. Go into Revelation 5, because it's Yahushai that has unsealed this book. And he's bringing us out of the darkness and the confusion that these heathen have pushed onto the world, starting with the Edomites, so-called white people, and these small hatters. They've pushed nothing but confusion. And really, it's all Esau's way of the scriptures. This is Esau's version of the scriptures, speaking of primarily Judeo-Christian understanding, in which Esau, the people that can't be saved, that actually get their seed taken off of the earth, this is their version where they magically can be saved. But they misunderstood. And really, it's not even misunderstanding, it's wickedness, evil. They've lied. And they can't be saved. This book has been sealed. Everything they're saying is just hogwash. It's nothing. It's vanity. Doesn't matter. But the Wada, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, for sending back Yahushai, for this book to be unsealed. This is Revelation 5 and verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, "Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to the Most High by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation." It is Yahushai who has redeemed us. He unsealed the books. He unsealed the understanding of this book, gave it to Abba Bivens. It permeated down to the true understanding, permeated down to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone, and they are distributing it out to the elect. The point is to wake up the elect so the end can come, the destruction of these heathen for what they've done, touching the apple of the Lord's eye, taking on the Israelites' heritage and the vast amounts of blasphemy that's been committed. They are to be brought down. And the kingdom can't come until Esau's kingdom is brought down. Esau's the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that follows. And so that's what's happening now. Their kingdom's being brought down. Their truth, quote unquote truth that they pushed out, that's being brought down. And the truth, the actual truth, is rising to the top. It says, "Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof." This is Yahushai. Oh, Salakia. Let's go back to the top. "And they sung a new song." It's really an old song. It's just a full truth of the scriptures, the true understanding. And this was out, but it's been covered up with all these lies from the heathen. So it sounds new to this world, but it's really an old song, but it's new to this world. It says, "Thou art worthy to take the book, Yahweh Shai, who is very worthy to take it, and to open the seals thereof." He's opened the understanding, opened the minds of the elect. "For thou wast slain," showing it's Yahweh Shai, because he was sacrificed for all this to happen, to bring Israel back after we went off so terribly much, which is the water Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But showing that slain, showing that this is the Messiah, this is Yahweh Shai it's speaking of, and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood. Because it had to be a blood sacrifice of a perfect being. And he came and he was perfect and he laid his life down for his people Israel. By thy blood, out of every kindred, that kindred goes into Phule, which is still speaking of the Israelites, because these Christians will try to come in. They can't come in, there's no place for them. Or these heathen still try to come in, and tongue, and people, and nation. These are all Israelites, because he did this for Israel. We just read it in Isaiah 45. And so everything these people have been saying is just so vanity. It's all nothing. Mark 7 and 7, howbeit in vain do they worship me, these Christians, calling him a false name. That is vanity. You can't be saved with a false name and your false doctrines. You can't be saved through that. And false understanding. Saying the laws are done away. That is evil. You can't be saved through this. These small hatters saying they are the people, just because you say it and pushed it around the world doesn't mean that you're the people. You can't be saved from that. It's such blasphemy. You're about to see it too, that everything you've learned is just blasphemy and vanity. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Christmas, Easter, the Trinity, everybody could be saved. God loves everybody. Everything these small hatters say, that the Messiah hasn't come and all these things, that they're the actual people. It's all doctrines of men. Teaching for doctrines, the commandments of men. It's nothing for actual profit. None of that is profitable. You can't be any of those things and the Lord pick you up out of the nuclear destruction. It doesn't matter. This book has been sealed, and what you learned are just fables. You dummies. But the Lord has redeemed his people out of that. Let's go to Isaiah 29. Because there's a lot within this, but we're going to start out at verse 9 and just go on down. Isaiah 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. And they are off the wine of the whore, the great whore America, of Babylon, in which they pushed this all around the earth. They came through their Christianity, through their friars, their, I forget what you call it when their mission workers, and they've gone out. The mission workers come first, and they bring you false Christianity, false Judeo-Christian understanding, and then comes the sword, where they come in and take your land and your resources. But they've pushed this throughout the earth, and people are completely drunken in total confusion off these false philosophies that have been pushed out. They stagger, but not with strong drink. It's spiritual spiritual wine that they have drinking. And this is turning their bellies and making them way too drunk. They're just all in confusion, all in darkness. It says, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. So you can't see what's actually going on. And the truth of the matter, and hath closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. None of this that has gone out for the last few hundred years is the truth. And it's causing you guys to err. You're getting at the end of it where you're about to vomit it all up. It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. This book has been sealed, but true understanding is out at this point, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse to be celebrating Christmas and Easter. You know those are pagan holidays, and you've been told, but you justify it. It says, which men deliver to you, to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And you see these pastors and these scholars, and they try to give the true understanding. They have all these writings in which some of it's some truths, but they have all these philosophies they can't go against. They can't tell everybody that America is Babylon the Great. They can't tell everybody that so-called white men and small hatters are the Edomites of the Bible, the wicked. They can't tell everybody that Babylon the Great is going to be completely destroyed with nuclear fire, or that only the elect of Israel can be saved. They can't say this. And so it's all been sealed to them, and they're sounding like fools trying to still go along with what they have to say. That's why the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, have to keep pushing this truth to break down these strongholds that have been pushed. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, these scholars, these pastors, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And they're so prideful. They will read it and they'll just put out whatever, but it's always wrong. It says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. And these people can barely even read out here. A lot of people there's just in our chat how most people are not even at a basic literacy level. They can't read this stuff. They can't understand. The Lord truly has to open your eyes to get the true understanding out. It says, wherefore saith the Lord, or wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me. Because they talk about, oh, I turned my life over to JC in whatever year, and they're still just being wicked, but just saying it through the Lord's mouth. And they go to church every week and then still go out and commit adultery or do whatever. Eat unclean foods, saying the laws are done away with. But they don't have the true name of the Lord, which is Yahweh. It's the Father. Yahweh Shai being the Son. And that's how you escape. You can't call on JC to escape. Wherefore the Lord saith, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. So this is Christianity, Judeo-Christianity. It's all precepts of men. They say the laws are done away with. And then teach their own laws and commandments. Verse 14, therefore behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of these wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. And all of these people are looking like idiots. They can't answer or have an answer to the truth. That no, only Israel will be saved. No, that's not his name. they're all looking really bad. And then just, it's getting to ad hominem attacks now. Like, oh, you're racist and you're just delusional. But we have the truth. The Lord has given the truth, and it will go out in the end times. And you're seeing the sights of the end, like the wars and the rumors of wars and earthquakes in vast places, but they don't have the truth of the matter or the integrity to actually admit that the men of the great millstone and the men on the highways and byways with the likewise doctrine are actually pushing the truth. It says, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And they've tried to hide the truth, tried to hide, or they're still trying to pursue that what they have is the truth. It's not. It's got to come out. And their works are in the dark. They say, who seeth this? Who knoweth this? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. And Esau has turned this whole world upside down. Through their iconoclasm, they've got the whole world thinking that they're the people, that they're the true Christians, and they're the true people of the Lord. But that's the opposite. They're the basest of men. And then they tell people the laws are done away with, so they think they can just do whatever they want. But that's do what thou wilt. That's a form of Satanism that you guys are doing in Christianity, in Judaism. You're liars. And it's turned everything upside down from the order that the Lord established. It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? And this is a wink at the Edomites with Romans 9. He made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding? The Edomites are trying to say they can be saved. They can't be saved. This was your kingdom of heaven, which is coming to an end. I'm going to keep going. Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed? Actually, I'm going to stop right there. Because, they have turned the whole world upside down while the books were sealed, while the Lord hid himself, and them taking over the scriptures, taking over the land, and putting themselves up like they're the true people of the Lord. They've turned everything upside down, but the Lord's coming to reestablish order. I'm going to end it here in Baruch 4:2. Because for Jacob, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we have to come out of this. Out of this false understanding that has been pushed onto the world. This is Baruch 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. But these jerks say that the law's been done away with, or that the Old Testament's done away with, or it's not in effect anymore. And then on the J's side, they say that the New Testament has no effect. But no, it's all the Lord comes. Oh, and then the Christians say that the Apocrypha has nothing to do with it. You guys are all just confused. You have to have the whole book. Yahushua came in the volume of the book. And that's the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. It's all a part of it. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. It's all forever. You have to have it all together. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. If you're saying any parts of this book are not canonical, you're going to die. You're not coming to life because you don't have the true whole understanding. It says, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and everyone that comes through that lineage on their father's side. You could turn. You could take hold of this. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. This book has been unsealed and the light is shining forth. And you got to take hold of it. Walk towards the light. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. These Edomites have no part in this. They shouldn't even be speaking of the scriptures. They have no idea what's going on. This book condemns them. None of this is for them, and we have to stand up and war with them through spiritual warfare, not carnal, through spiritual warfare with our spiritual sword, the scriptures, in its truth, and they will be hewn to pieces. The Lord is coming back soon. These heathen have no idea what to do. They are in derision and in confusion, and they're going to go down shamefully. Lord will, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.